we've had some requests to show some video of what our van is like. So with this short video, I'll just show you the key features. This is a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van from 2021. It has a long wheelbase, 170 inches. It has quite a high clearance, even though it's not a 4x4. But this has gotten us through lots of situations very capably. We have outfitted it so that it has a 3-person bench here. Kids can sit, and there are 2 seats in the front. In between the 2 seats, you can see that leather cover there. That pops up to a table, which will be the same height as the 2 seats. And one of our kids sleeps across the front 2 seats there with that table raised up, and the other kid sleeps here. Above the cab, we have what is called the headliner. It is the area where we store all the window coverings, and we have covers for every single window. The window coverings for the back windows are all matching the upholstery that you see. So this is the interior of the van. It is made of plywood on a frame of aluminum extrusion. The extruded aluminum on the bottom is 1.5 inch thick, and the cabinets up top are on a 20 millimeter size. We have 4 cabinets up here, and they are used to store mostly relatively lightweight things like clothing and so forth. And they have you can prop them open like that. So just one. And here we have the sink. The sink has a cabinet underneath, which has a drain to allow you to either drain to a tank, currently not inside here, which you would store here, or drain to underneath the van. So if you're just washing your hands and that kind of thing, that can be a good option. But most of the time we've used it with a container here to capture the drainage water. Comes with a hose, which we use to refill the van. It's a nice material, sort of this stretchy rubber that is very compact when it's not wet, and when you put water in it expands. We have a water filter here which you can put in line for the hose to help remove any taste in case you're in places where you don't want that. You can also operate this straight off the municipal water supply. See where it says city water? You attach the hose on the outside, and you have unlimited water in the van just like you would at home. Also a spare power cord, and you see there the pump and the pressure unit, which helps to build pressure and maintain a constant flow. We have cabinets on 2 sides. They are all sliding doors on this side, which is basically various types of storage. These are all on racks that slide out. We have a little grill here that we use to make sandwiches slightly more tasty, etc. And over here we have microwave and convection oven in one, so it actually can bake things, which is really nice. You can bake breads or cinnamon rolls or pizzas, anything like that. At the bottom here we have 2 slide out racks, one here, one over there, and back here is the hot water heater. Hot water heater for use in either the sink or the shower. And the shower is back here. That's where it's stored. And the way we run the shower is we've got a hose, long hose, and a nozzle, and we have a tent which we store over there. And it's a tall pop-up tent. It's about 2 meters tall, and it's like a little phone booth, and you can reach the cord outside and put it up the top of the tent, and then have your showers in privacy. Over on this side, under this countertop, we have induction stove and a drawer there for utensils and so forth. And here we have our toiletries, but you could store whatever you want. Both of these are secured with rotating clasps that allow you to make sure everything is secure and doesn't inadvertently open while you're driving. That's my other hand. This is the induction stove. which can actually be removed and placed on the counter, or if you want to just plug it in, if you just have a pot of water, you can just boil it like that. I need 2 hands to close this. Just a second. There we go. Once to close it. Oh, and then there's a drawer here. There's a slide-out drawer. The van is slightly tilted at the moment on this driveway. Underneath there, on the side axis, is the access to a porta potty, which can be removed and used either inside the van if you wish, or outside in that tent, for instance. So in practice, we have not used it much. We prefer to try and use public toilets or campground toilets, etc. Here's our drawer with utensils and all the kitchen items. And then the fridge here, it's a 140 liter fridge, has a small freezer compartment, and holds an incredible amount once you figure out how to load it well. All the electronics in here are powered through this unit, which is made by a company called Goal Zero, and this is their Yeti model, and it's the Yeti 3000X. And you see here, this is where the power from the solar panels comes in. This is the 12 volt system, which the little light indicates that it's active, and that's used for lighting, for instance, in the van. And here you can see the input is currently only 37 watts. I'm parked under some shade, so there's not much sun hitting the solar panels, but that can go up to about 400 watts in the optimal conditions. 400 watts of solar panels. This battery holds about 3,000 watt hours of power, so this consumes, for instance, about 1,000 watts, say, the microwave, when I'm microwaving something. So you could theoretically run that for about 3 hours on a full battery. This unit also powers the fridge, which is of course always on, but there's also a fail-safe for the fridge, which is a 12 volt connection to the car battery, which is actually a second battery, so it's not the starter battery, but the same kind of battery. And in case we don't have enough power for whatever, I can run the fridge off that battery as well. And that battery charges by using the car's engine alternator when we're driving. Having said that, the Goal Zero can also be charged through the car engine, also from the alternator. And there's actually a cable over there, which I have disconnected at the moment because I prefer to run everything off the solar. But if you need to, because it's winter time or you're using an excessive amount of battery, then you can use that as well to charge your Yeti faster, and you can even have your car engine idling, I suppose, to run the battery. Speaking of the car engine, we have gotten about 20 miles per gallon on this vehicle, and that is something I'm really quite happy with, given that it's a large vehicle. It's a diesel 6-cylinder engine, 3 liter, and it has done really well. So it's a pleasure to drive. People say this van drives like a car, and I have to agree. Over here are some more storage items, and we also have a small sound system up there that we can use if we want to watch movies or stream music, something like that. We have 4 windows here. They all open up, so they all slide open and they're all screened. Same for that back window, and one there and there. I currently have removed the curtains. The curtains are, I'm resizing them a little bit because they were a little bit too long, and so once I have those ready, I'll put them back up, but they sort of match the overall upholstery. There's 2 reading lights there, and those reading lights are there because at night this is the area where the adults sleep. So this table is lowered. I removed this base and this base and a similar base in the back, which is really hard to do with one hand, but actually quite easy. You can see the table lifts up like that, pull out the base, store it, and then same on the back. The legs are in a sort of a T configuration, so we have This one oriented like this, so it's easier to get into the benches from the side, and the one in the back goes crosswise for stability. Underneath these seats, so when this table goes down, it's at the same level as these two benches, and the mattress goes across these two side pillows. They form the remaining area. One other thing we designed as well is back here is where we store some of the bedding during the daytime. So in the morning we just roll it up, and there's actually a bit of a gap there. You can see that this cushion here sort of aligns with the front of that bench, and that allows us a really fast way to put our stuff away. Underneath the benches is a lot of storage, and I can just show you that storage here, for instance. So we've got storage on this side, and I just need to move that cushion, and then this lid will stay up, and it's a little bit tricky to do with one hand, and the same on this side. For extra ventilation, the van has a fan called a max fan, and this can either pull air into the van from above, or it can pull air out of the van and exhaust it. So of course that works best when some of your windows are open a little bit, so you get a nice cross breeze, and it is really pretty amazing on a cool night how nice a breeze you can get going through the van using that fan. On this side are some storage cabinets. I was moving some stuff around, so this is all a little bit open, but these can store just like that. And we have all other manner of lightweight items here, some cooking items and various other things. So this is nice leather which we got up in New Hampshire. What else is there to say? The back door is open, so you can use those as a way to get out at night. This table can be taken out of the van and used outside as well, so we do that sometimes. And there's a variety of other plugs and so forth in the van. So we have USB ports, regular 110 volt ports. There's more sockets underneath here, and there's some sockets back in that corner behind that cushion. Likewise, there's also a USB charging point up integrated in those little lights. So to put up the window covers, I can just demonstrate one. The ones in the back door are kept in place using magnets on the steel frames, and the covers on the side are held in place with these hooks. You just hook them up here. And there, and then you just tuck this in. So doing that gives you an incredible amount of insulation. In the winter time we have slept in this van up to temperatures of around 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about -6 or -7 degrees Celsius. Probably could have been warmer, colder rather. The best way we found to stay warm is to use the electric blankets. They don't use very much power, and they do a great job of keeping you pretty comfortable. Lighting, we have this lights up top. A bit hard to see in the daytime. There's some extra lights here. There's those reading lights, and then the kids have some additional lights which we've installed over there. Well, that's sort of it. Maybe one other thing you can mention, some of you can't see, is the tank for the water, which is underneath the van. It's a 20-gallon tank, so about 75 liters or so, maybe a little bit more, and that generally keeps us going for about a week. We are obviously pretty careful with the water use, and that's not including showers. So if you wanted to shower, if you do 4 people and do quick showers, it's more than enough, and you still have water left over, but you couldn't do that too many times without running out of water. But that's one of the compromises you make with this lifestyle. So you choose to have your showers at campgrounds. We have a membership for a nationwide gym, and so we often go there, and then you can use the showers as well. The water tank underneath the van is also heated, so if the weather is very cold, we can turn on the 12-volt heating, and that prevents the tank from freezing. So it really gives us a lot of flexibility. Anyway, if you have any questions about this, feel free to put them in the comments or send me an email. Thanks for watching. Oh, wait, I'll show you one more thing actually, which is the top of the van. So the top of the van can be accessed with this ladder, and you might wonder, well, why would I want to go to the top of the van? Well, the reason you might want to do that is because we have built a deck up on the top of this van, which is sort of underneath these leaves, and the kids love hanging out here. They come out here to stargaze, or if the weather is nice, they can sit out here, get a bit of fresh air away from their sibling, maybe away from their parents, and so forth. And up front you see the two solar panels, the two 200 watts panels, 400 watt total. Anyway, that's the description of the van. Thanks.